Welcome to Speaker Co-working. Today is May 14th, and I'm Angela Lewis, Head of Operations at SpeakerHub. We'll be joined by Ron Story Jr. and maybe some other members of the SpeakerHub team. We are so excited that y'all are here. On this call, every day we talk about all things related to the speaking industry, and we are here with some of our lifetime members, people who are curious about SpeakerHub or just want to learn more about how to get on more stages. So we always start these calls with wins. Does anyone have any wins they would like to share from yesterday or the day before? Lenise, all right.
I do. I booked another podcast, and
Congratulations.
thank you. I just got off the phone talking to the lady. She's in the Netherlands, so that's pretty exciting. I know.
That is very
Yeah,
exciting.
yeah. So we are scheduled to do our thing, have our conversation next week, Friday. So yay!
Okay, awesome. Well, we look forward to hearing how that goes. Congrats.
Thank you.
Hey, Lawrence, we see your hand is up. Hi, Ron.
Yes. So my win is that I've been getting more responses on my emails. It's an organization called NAMI. They help with mental health routines in young adults, which is my exact audience.
Mhm.
And in October, they're having an event coming up. So I emailed them and we'll be seeing if they decide they want to book a meeting with me to discuss speaking there, travel, and all that fun stuff. I also did a podcast yesterday at 12, which is why I wasn't here. So had two back-to-back wins.
Wonderful. Congrats on your back-to-back wins. So awesome. Any other wins? Hi, Jasmine. Hi,
Great,
Jadisha.
Andrew. I love that color on you.
Thank you.
Pick,
Springtime, I'm trying to switch it up a little bit.
Picked up another podcast yesterday. Whoop,
Who's
whoop.
that? Oh, that's Bonnie. Oh, congrats, Bonnie.
Thank you.
Congrats. Anybody else? Any other wins? Susan, I think you're new. I don't think we've met before. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I am new. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get my life together over here.
It's okay. We'll be here. We're here.
Okay, yes, I am new. I signed up on SpeakerHub last night. Hi, my name is Suzanne Stroud. I am an author, a TEDx speaker, a coach, and just feeling really stuck right now. And one of the questions I asked myself 10 o'clock last night was, how do I get connected to obtain engagements and speaking opportunities? I'm a TEDx speaker, so just wanting to learn. And so I figured I would take a break today and hang out with you all.
Well, thank you for joining us. We can definitely help you. Where are you calling in from and how did you find out about us?
Charlotte, North Carolina. And then I was going down a Google rabbit hole last night and came across the link and decided to, kind of fill out the application. I'll be honest, I was kind of hesitant because, you kind of putting your information in, you're not knowing what's expected of you and the cost and what's offered. But I would figure if I want to advance and do better, then I have to step out and take some chances.
There you go. There you go. You did the right thing. You're in the right place. I'm Ron Story. Good to see everybody. Ange has probably already did the introduction. I'm the head of speaker membership, product, everything here at SpeakerHub. Everything that's not important, I do. Ange is the head of operations, and she runs all the other teams that make this thing go. Susan, you made the right decision. And I can say that with confidence because we work with 64,000 speakers, right? We're the largest directory of speakers in the world, along with having the largest database of speaking opportunities, right? So when we put all of that together, it becomes a place where, number one, you can definitely build your self-confidence and not feel lost anymore. But the second thing is you got all these people here cheering for you. So we do daily wins. So every day we haven't had a day. We got 155 consecutive days of wins where someone hasn't gotten booked someplace. As of May 1st, we had booked 4,432 meetings with event planners so far in 2025. So we're very persistent. We're very data driven. SpeakerHub is designed to be the source of truth for speakers. And when everybody else is selling the dream, we're helping you to make those dreams realities, right? So, yeah, so you're in the right place, Susan. Thanks for introducing yourself. You mentioned you were a TEDx speaker, but you didn't tell us what you talk about. What is it what's your speaking topic and who do you help?
Okay, so if I'm gonna be a part of this community, I gotta make sure my name is being pronounced right. It's Suzanne. And
Okay, Suzanne. Okay.
yes, I was.
They know how I am about names, so I will not mess it up again. That's really important to me.
Thank you. I am a 2017 Charlotte TEDx speaker, and my talk was on the gift of no. And I really focused on sharing an ideal and a perspective on no. No is very common, and most people think it's very easy, but it's not as easy for some as it is for others. And so that was my 11-minute talk, the gift of no.
Cool. And is that the talk you continue to give, or do you have other topics that you cover also?
Well, so I also cover other topics. I'm working in the vein of self-care, boundaries. I do I focus on team building, customer service. I've done a gamut of things in the course of off and on 10 years of doing speaking, but the love that I have is team building, professional development, customer service, along that line. I recently just did my own event where I did TEDx coaching. So there were some people who want to be TEDx speakers. So I actually just had a 3-day Zoom event a couple of weeks ago where I did an online group training.
Okay. And is there a business behind the speaking?
Yes, my company is called Straight Up Communications. And so I do have a website, bestraigup.com. So I actually recently just applied for a Charlotte Chamber of Commerce for an event that they're having coming up in September. So I learned that there's a speaker one sheet that's needed. So I got that done and having that added to my website. So I'm kind of picking up and reinventing myself, but at the same time, still trying to make sure I'm doing something.
Cool. Well, you're in the right place. We'll help you with everything.
I appreciate the welcome. Thank you.
Oh, of course. Of course. I mean, what's my favorite word? No. Y'all thought I was going to say something else. It's no. That's my favorite word. AJ would tell you. Edge would tell you, I default to no. You ask me anything, no. They'll be like, why no? Okay, let me think about it. And then I may change my mind. But I default to no because I got to protect myself, right? And people will use you up as long as you're available. And they'll say, well, I didn't ask you. You're like, oh, here we go. They did ask, but they didn't ask, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about. But any other wins before we get into it for the day? Right. So for the last 3 weeks, we've gone over a lot of mindset stuff. How do you see yourself? How does your reflection of yourself dictate your activities and the things that you do? If you see yourself just as a speaker, you're going to view the speaking opportunities a certain way versus if you see yourself as an entrepreneur, you're going to see it another different way. Or if you look at it from a different lens, you may see it a third way. What we want to do is to make sure that you're viewing the opportunities for what they are, right? So we've gone over a lot of mindset things over the last 3 weeks, and I don't want that to get lost in the actions that we need to take. Does that make sense? So, and I'll tell you why. We look at the number of pitches that are sent on a weekly and monthly basis, right? I mean, I'm watching this all the time and I report it back to the team. Ever since we've gone over to this mindset thing, pitching is down. And that's a no-no in my mind because I'm like, wait a minute, this is supposed to get you to pitch more. It's not supposed to have y'all pitching less. You got to pitch more, right? So I don't want to be a demotivational speaker today, but I'm like, yo, hey, wait a minute. We done slowed down on our outbound as a community where we need to be on more stages. So I just want to let y'all know, hey, I'm going to go back to talking about like the activity for a little bit because we getting all warm and fuzzy with all of the motivational stuff, and it's not turning into the activity. Michael, good to see you. How have you been, man?
Plugging along, staying useful.
Yeah, Michael's in the top 5 on the leaderboard. You know, he was number 1 for a couple of days. Now he's in the top 5 right now, which is good. So good to see things are going well. I want to give
We'll
you
be
an
pitching
update.
more today.
Thank you so much for access to the software. And our team has already installed it, and our quality assurance team has already been using and improving the accessibility of the software. They identified like a lot of things that we had done wrong, and it was because we were able to see it through the lens of JAWS. So thank you for the license.
Sure.
Michael helped us with making our software usable for more accessible for those that may be vision or hearing impaired. And he donated a license to the software JAWS to us for our QA team for us to be able to use to make it more accessible. And this is really important to us because I have another client by the name of Nancy, and Nancy Solari was very helpful with us on developing PitchDB and SpeakerHub and the usability. So for Michael to add on to that and give us a different perspective is much appreciated by us and by our team, Michael. So I wanted to publicly thank you for what you did for us in private.
Pleasure.
Yep. So any topics you all want to cover before I get into my little talk for the day? Anything y'all want to talk about? Anybody having trouble pitching responses? Eric, I saw Erica raised the roof with one hand almost. What you got a question about something or what's going on?
Need help. Send help. Why am I?
Okay, what's up?
So as I mentioned to you, my trying to get my virtual assistant onboarded.
Yep.
Yeah, with like the pitching part, but she's having issues when she attempts, once she got the email to, be added, she clicked on it, but then it asks her to create an account.
Yep.
Is she
Yep.
supposed to create her own account?
Yeah, because she will log in with her own email. Let me give you a great example. If you have your own account as the owner of the account and you have 5 employees.
Yep.
You don't want that. You may not want that one of those employees to have your main email address and password.
Yep.
So each employee has their own account that you can disable if they get fired. If you want to log in to see what they're doing, you can log in to monitor their behaviors. You can see all of that as the God in the sky. So you have an admin account where you can look in and see all of those things.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So she does
Yeah.
have to create her own login. That way she doesn't have to use your login and risk the ability, because a lot of people tie this to their main Gmail.
Yep.
So now she can log into your Gmail and see your American Express bill, see everything,
Got it. Okay. I'll circle back then. Thank you.
Yep. You're on the right page. You didn't get my email. I thought I responded to that.
I did, but I think the other thing was I'm almost sure she said my email, I guess I just need to clarify with her because she said her email was like it did not exist or something like that. And so
yeah, she probably tried to log in with it, but she has to actually create an account because that account didn't exist. I looked up the account. She didn't create an account. Right?
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Any other questions? Any other questions or comments about getting booked? Suzanne, how do you get booked currently?
I'm not. So that's why I'm here.
Okay. All right. So how many gigs did you do in the last 12 months?
None.
Okay, cool. That's cool too. Right? All right.
And it was life and things. And so now I'm just revamping. So, and I know we all go through that, but
don't worry about it.
I ain't ashamed of it.
No. I'm just saying, don't worry about it. We got you. This is where we figure these things out, right? So, let's see. I also want to get booked. Trinisa, come on. Y'all know I can't be reading these things.
Okay. Yes. Sorry. I also want to get booked. I don't know where to start. I just, I was going to message you, so I don't want to take up everything, but I think this is a conversation we could do.
Everybody might need to hear it, honey.
Well,
Look,
I mean, because,
listen,
well,
it's a
I mean,
safe
because
space
I
here.
don't, Okay, well, thank you. Thank you for that, Erica. Yeah, I joined the group because I want to get started, right? Speaking.
Yep.
And
So
I don't think I have trouble with pitching. I the conversion with my service, yes, but the pitching, no. But I do want to have a bigger outreach. I want to have, I want to get on stages. I do. I want to impact people. I don't believe that I was born to just impact my family.
I got you. No, we got you. We got you. I got you. I know exactly where to go. I got those for Suzanne and Trinisa. I got
Thank
you.
you.
Just
Thank
ride
you.
with
Thank
me.
you.
I got you. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you the
Okay.
magic that
All
everybody else
righty.
is using. Because we got to get y'all up here reporting wins. John Diggs, what up?
What's good with you? Question about pitching and follow-ups.
Yep.
I haven't done pitching a lot lately because I have 492 in my sent box of people that I'm following up with.
Yep.
I'm coming from the mindset of, everything is in the follow-up,
100%.
not necessarily in the initial pitch.
Yep.
So I've been spending most of my time focusing on following up with folks, and trying to get to clarity on whether I should move them in the archive and stuff before I keep pitching, because I don't want to keep pitching a bunch of people and having a ton of follow-up. So I just wanted to hear your thoughts around
Yep.
that.
Yep. So let me show you this, right? That's a great question. So I'm gonna come over here to our resource, right? So we have a resource here, resources page. And over on the resources page, depending on which plan you have, we give you a game plan. If you're just exploring speaking for the first time and you don't know what your message is, you just need to get back in the groove, go on podcast, right? You can get booked on a podcast in 2 weeks. It'll be out and you get to find out if you still got the goods, right? Or if you really have the goods that other people want to hear. So podcasting is where we would give you a game plan right here. Start off just pitching a couple of them every day, right? You pitch 2 to 5 of these a day. And then tomorrow, what you're going to do is follow up on those that didn't reply and still pitch your other 2 to 5. So on day 1, let's say we pitch 5 because it's easy. You pitch 5 podcasts today. Tomorrow, what are you going to do? You're going to pitch 5 more, but you're going to follow up with the 5 from the day before. Does that make sense, John? On Wednesday, I'm going to pitch 5 more, but I'm going to follow up on the 10 that I sent the 2 days before.
Mm-hmm.
On Thursday, I'm going to send 5 more, but I'm going to follow up on the 15 I sent before that haven't responded back to me. On Friday, I'm going to send my 5 more, but I'm going to follow up on the 20 or those 20 that got left out. Does that make sense? Now, what we know with podcasts is that on the first email, you're going to get probably 1 to 2 people that'll respond to you the same day. On the second email, you're going to get another 50% of whatever you already had. On the third email, you usually get 50% of that, right? So we know that it's a lump 50-50. So we tell you after 4, just leave them alone. Does that make sense, John? But here's
So after 4 follow-ups, archive them?
Yep, just archive them for now, right? Now,
All right.
why is that important? Because there's 3.5 million podcasts. And if you keep sending the same person an email and they're not opening it or they're not responding, Google doesn't like that. Does that make sense? So it really should be 1 email and 3 follow-ups. So in our release that comes out on Friday, I don't know if Maria's on here to validate the day, but I think it's later this week, we show you what number you're on with the follow-up. And if Maria, if you want to come on and show what number of follow-up they're on, we can demonstrate that. But we now show you, we give you a ribbon that says what number follow-up you're on. And you can sort and say, these are all my people I followed up with once, twice, 3 times, and then 4 times. And we stop after 4. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I
Now,
like that.
why is that super duper duper important? So I'm just using that one formula. But here's what we know based on our data and data before now. It still lives true that 48% of people never send a follow-up email. 25% do 2 emails and stop. Only about 12% are following up, making 3 contacts, following up twice. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So just by following up, you'll outperform 90% of the people just by following up the 3 times that we talk about. Does that make sense? Now, why is that important? Because only 2% of deals are done on the first email.
Right.
But 80% are done after 4 contacts. Does that make sense? So it could be an email, it could be adding them on LinkedIn, it could be all of these other things that you're doing, right? To build that, to get in front of that person. But we know that follow-up is where the money's made.
Right.
Even if you didn't do 5 contacts, you just did a second, one follow-up, a second follow-up, and a third follow-up, at least you've covered a large portion of the opportunity. Does that make sense? Because some people, they'll get your email, they open it, they read it, they don't respond because maybe they get distracted, or maybe you're not the person for them right now, and they didn't even want to reply. They were just like, oh, no, I don't feel like replying. But that's okay. AJ will tell you, people that he replied to, he sent messages to in October are now reaching back out to him because they see who he is, and now they're inviting him on the podcast.
Right.
He was like, dude, that was the craziest thing. These people told me no, but now they telling me yeah. Yeah, the timing was wrong.
So does that that strategy you just showed about that podcast, does that apply also for associations and conferences?
Yep. So depending on which level you're at, so this is exploring, there's the emerging, experienced, and expert.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if you're on the one that has conferences, this is your daily routine along with the follow-ups. That's why it takes 30 minutes.
Got
Does
it.
that make sense?
Yeah.
And this is using the AI. It'll take a little bit longer if you're not using AI, but if you're relying on the AI or templated pitches, this should work. It shouldn't take you more than an hour a day. Got it? That way you don't end up with this backlog. So people say, well, man, I only get 100 pitches a month. Did you follow up with all of them? No, so 100 is enough for now. I only got 200 pitches a month. Did you follow up with all of them? If you followed up with everybody on 200 pitches, you made 800 attempts that month. Does that make sense? Like, is it reasonable to believe that if you reached out and you contacted 800 people, that somebody's going to tell you yeah? Right? So the theory of SpeakerHub is do enough work that it would be unreasonable for you to be denied. I got an email from someone that said, hey, I've been with you guys for 6 months. I done sent 200 pitches and I haven't gotten anything. And I said, okay, you did 1 week's work. Because that's what people on this call are doing in a week. And I'm like, they get booked all the time. You spread out 200 over 5 months. A lot of those things have passed. The conferences that you pitched and didn't follow up with, that deadline is closed. They don't forgot about you. They on next year and you're upset that they didn't respond. You didn't do your part. We're still salespeople, guys. We're selling ourselves to the event planner that's trying to pay us. We look at it sometimes and we forget that the event planner is the customer. The person with the money is the customer. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Right? But yeah, I would just add the follow-up one moment.
So the follow-up makes all the difference in the world. Big, big difference. Michael, I see your hand is up. Did you have a question?
Yeah, probably more logistics, but it's related to follow-up. So I have done a number of pitches and I've gotten some emails back, not in the email box inside of SpeakerHub Pro, but rather that it came to my email address. Is it better to respond to those inside SpeakerHub or just go ahead and respond to them through my regular email since that's how they responded to me?
That's a really great question. Just in your email box, how
Yep.
they responded to you, just respond right back to them like you would your regular email, but make sure when you go into your mailbox that you move it to the appropriate category that they've responded, you're in conversation or whatever the context of that conversation is.
Okay.
So I want to add to that. In our last release, we introduced something called IMAP, which allowed for nesting, and meaning that your responses would start to come back inside of your SpeakerHub account. We had a bug, so we had to push that out. Even though I announced it, we had to actually pull it back because the nesting wasn't working the way that we wanted it to. But in the next few weeks, Michael, all of your responses and everyone on this call, not only will your emails go out through SpeakerHub, but your responses to those particular emails will be nested underneath your pitch. So when you go in and what's the name machine on here? But I can show you. Maria ain't on here today.
Maria's
Hey,
here.
Ron.
Yeah,
Maria,
she's
you
here.
there?
Yes, I'm here.
Where you at? Oh, okay.
She was on. You weren't giving her no play. Look.
Maria, can you show the email nesting?
Yes, it's this
Sorry
one.
about that. I was like, where's Maria? Like, you know how like you miss you like, wait a minute, where's my shoe? That's how I be feeling with Maria and Edge are here.
Hi guys, how are you? So yeah, this is part of the next release for the IMAP feature. So the idea is that you can see all your replies here within your email sequence and actually be able to see them not only for Outlook, that's why we are currently registering within the app, but also for Gmail and IMAP. So yeah, really happy about it. We are in the testing phase right now and should be ready in a couple of weeks.
This is a huge improvement, guys, because now you have to go in between both apps, right?
Amen. Over it. Thank you.
You don't have to go in between both apps. You can do it all in one place. High five to Miguel and the dev team and Andrea and Gianluca who worked on this to bring this to reality along with Maria's great design. So, but yeah, so that's something that's been asked for 3 years now, and we finally did it. We used to have it up until 2022, but then Google changed their rules and we brought it back, right? So this is a big deal. Now, why? Because we're going to be reporting, like we can see live how many bookings you got, right? We can see how many results we're generating at SpeakerHub, right? So I don't have to come on and say, we did 4,432. Y'all can just see the thing. Like we're going to make a counter where it just shows like, you know, like the national debt thing keep running up. We want to do one of them for bookings, right? How many podcasts did we book this year? How many people did we impact? So, but Michael, we're thinking about you. We're going to get that right for you to try to simplify things.
No, that's great. And I have one more question. I sent you an email on it, but I'll ask it anyway. I didn't hear back from you. I know you're busy.
Yeah, I got 1,000 emails. I apologize.
That's all right.
Better at it.
So the question basically is in sending out pitches and customizing them. One of the things that I've used over the past 3 years of mailings is a subject line that says, have you ever considered hiring a Wide World Trade Center survivor as a speaker? How do I, or is it relevant to somehow make that an automatic subject line for pitches that I send out, or is that doable?
So the automatic subject line is doable only with a template. So if you have a template that you're using, you can set the subject line for the template. But with the AI, we don't do it as an automatic subject line because everybody will end up with the same subject line.
Yeah.
So we try to customize them individually.
Okay. Well, yeah, I have to learn about templates and SpeakerHub Pro then.
Yep. But here's the thing. If you want to, yeah, and I can walk you through it. I can help you to set up a template if you're pretty much saying similar things. Now that the templates have variables. So it'll put the name of the event and the person's name in there automatically for you now.
Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
we can talk about that later.
Yep. I'll walk you through it, Michael. I'm always here for you.
Cool.
Lanice, you was about to ask something? All right. So
No,
cool.
I'm good.
Any other questions? And then I'm going to show Suzanne and who else was it? Tranisa, how to get booked using SpeakerHub.
We have one question, Ron,
Go ahead.
from Suzanne. She filled out an application last night, and it says her membership is under review. But that's why she was here today. So can you talk a little bit about the review process?
Okay, so it appears if you're getting something that says it was under review, that means that you filled out a SpeakerHub profile, right? So that has to go through anti-spam approval because people will try to advertise their car wash on our website and not be a speaker. So we actually go through and look at everybody's profile before we give you access to make sure you're not advertising, and I'm joking, to make sure, I'm gonna say it about me, to make sure I'm not putting up a profile advertising my OnlyFans, right? I don't want y'all to see my OnlyFans on SpeakerHub. Of course, it's a joke, but people try it. Believe me, they try it. I've seen all types of stuff. People, they have no shame. And I'm like, hey, we can't put this up there. No way, right? So, but that's what that's about, right? So you bring up a great point though. So let me go into this and you'll kind of understand what we're talking about. So there are two sides to SpeakerHub. One side is inbound, and that's the speaker profile that you were looking at that is under review, right? That's this part of SpeakerHub where you have a profile and the event planners can find you inside of the directory. Does that make sense? So this is what's under review. You filled out this information and you put in your photo and you put in your videos if you wanted to, but that's what's there, right? And this is just the public facing directory. So there's usually 10 to 15,000 event planners that visit this directory every day looking for speakers. But there's also 64,000 speakers in this directory. So there's a lot of competition. So we call this inbound when somebody reaches out to you, right? On the other side, we have something called outbound. And that's what John and Michael and everyone was asking questions about. How do I follow up with the opportunities that I submitted? How do I follow up with the event planners? How do I follow up with all of these people? So what they're using to do that is a system called SpeakerHub Pro. And SpeakerHub Pro is where you can come in, you can add your information, and you can reach out. So, Suzanne, you want to be my example for the next 5 minutes? Cool. You want to go ahead and unmute and let's walk through this together.
Okay. I don't know what I'm getting myself into, but I'll do it.
All right. Well, this is how you learn. Courage is taking the first step without seeing the rest of the staircase. So we about to surprise you. So
That's faith.
that's it. Suzanne with the apostrophe.
Yep, you got. Look at you. Okay.
Yeah, attention to details. I figured this out. I told you I wasn't gonna mess it up no more. Now, I don't know your last name. You gotta tell me.
Stroud, Stroud.
All right. And what's the name of your business?
Straight Up. STRAIGHT. And up is with straight up. Communications. Yeah, communications. Mm-hmm.
And where are you located? North Carolina, Charlotte?
Charlotte, North Carolina. Mm-hmm.
The speaker capital of the world.
Okay.
Everybody lives in Charlotte. I mean, I'd tell you 30% of the people that come on this call knew they always be from Charlotte. And would you say speaker, coach, consultant?
Speaker coach.
Okay. And you help who to do what?
That's where I'm stuck.
Okay.
Because I've kind of transitioned a couple of times.
Just give me one.
Okay, so I'll throw a tag at you, and then you can work with that. My goal is I don't want to, when I speak, I don't want to change your mind. I want to offer you another perspective. So a lot of times as speakers, you're trying to change people's mind, but you can't do that. Okay.
Is it on life? Is it on their goals? Is it on their business? Is it on their dancing skills?
And that's up to interpretation of the hearer, because it may be their mind, it may be a position that they're in, it may be a work situation. So that's why I say their mind, because it's all about mindset.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you said you don't want to change their mind. You want to offer a different perspective.
I want to offer them another perspective, right?
Okay, let me give you a great example.
Thank you.
I'm going out and I'm looking for a car.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go buy a Toyota Camry.
Mm-hmm.
How can you offer me a different perspective on that?
Okay, so the one thing I would say to you is, okay, so you're looking for a Camry. Why? What is it about the Camry that you like? What are the options?
Okay. I can put my kids in the back, and if they weigh something on the seats, I don't care.
Okay, so then Hyundai Sonata has the same offer. And so one thing about being a Hyundai owner is, one thing I like Hyundai's customer service. They have a great follow-up. Their service department is this, that, or the other. I'm not sure what Toyota offers, but from other experiences that I've heard, it doesn't balance out. So let me share with you the great benefits of Hyundai compared to Camry. So when you toss out those different options, now I'm giving you a perspective of Hyundai that you didn't have.
Got it.
And now you can make another decision. You can make whatever decision you're going to make.
Perfect. Now I'm glad you answered that, and you did a great job. Those are cars in the same class and everything, which is interesting that she knows this, right? Is this something that you're comfortable doing universally, or do you just want to focus on one thing? Let me give you a great example.
I can do it universally, because I consider myself to be that type of a speaker that if you call me at 4 a.m., you send me an email that says, hey, we're having a women's group meeting and we're talking to women about work-life balance. Our speaker canceled for a workshop. Are you able to come in and talk about this? And one of the questions that I ask when someone does ask me to come in to speak, I ask them, what is their end goal? Because I want to know what it is that you want the end product, the customer, to receive. And so, yes, I feel comfortable doing that.
Perfect. I got you. Now I know who I'm talking to. I know. So I don't want to change my clients' minds. I want to offer them different perspectives on all major decisions in their lives, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and what's your website?
BStraightup.com. Mm-hmm.
And
that's not me. No, right there. Oh, you got the wrong one. Nope, that's definitely not me. No.
There you go.
Right there.
They done copied your name. They done copied your name. All right. So basically, here's what's happening. Before I owned SpeakerHub, I ran an agency, and Ange would have to go out and look at people's LinkedIn, and I would go look at your bio, and we would try to come up with something cool to say about you. Now we're able to use AI to do that. So it'll go look at your LinkedIn, look at your bio, look at your website, learn everything we can about you. And in about 15 seconds, it should go ahead and update this thing that says David Ludus to something about Suzanne Stroud. Right? And what's going to also be happening is that we're going to start matching you with the right opportunities that you should go and speak at. Right? So here's the basic bio that we came up with.
Wow. I like that. Similar to something I recently rewrote. Not quite.
Saying.
This is better. Yes.
I'm just saying, we go out there and we try to find it, right?
Okay. That's great.
So now based on what you said you do, we start looking at podcasts that you can go on. perspective shift, mind love, you know, whatever these different things, shifts happens, right? Just different ways for people. It's looking at the word like mind shifts and things of that sort.
Mhm.
But let's go to this one that says perspective shift, right? So you can click on it, make sure it's the right podcast for you, right? And that it feels like it's one that you may be able to go on. And then all you do is you add it to a list and you click pitch, right? So in this case, we didn't have the email for that person, right? So before we let you send the email, we verify that we have the right email.
Mm, okay.
So let's say you're going to go on this one just for ease of use. And we click pitch. It's looking at your podcast. I mean, looking at your bio, looking at that podcast and writing the email that we suggest that you send to get booked as a guest on that podcast.
Okay.
So give it about 5 more seconds and the email should appear.
Okay. Wow. That's amazing.
Right? Cool. So then all you do is click send. If you want to rewrite it, you can have the AI to rewrite it. Or if you wanted to change it and say, look, I want to move this down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Okay.
Make sense?
That's awesome. Thank you.
Does the same thing for associations, conferences, media outlets, and you can always override you said women, you can override the search and search for whatever you want.
Okay.
We give you the information on the conference, add it to a list, click pitch. It writes the pitch for you. Right? Now, do you have a framework or something that you use?
Meaning like what? Explain.
Okay. So Stephen Covey has the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Simon Sinek has Start with Why.
Oh my God, yes, I love it.
Right? Ron Story has the Speaker Flywheel. That's what we teach at SpeakerHub. Do you have one like that, the Suzanne framework?
Okay, so my framework for my TEDx comes from my book, The Life Diet 365. And so my framework, overall, my conversations are steered around acknowledging and removing the negative and toxic people, places, and things from your life. So I kind of focus on, that's a long word for.
So the 3 Ps by Suzanne.
The 3 what? What'd you say, Erica? You
the 3 Ps by Suzanne. Because changing your perspective, and then you can add those 3 Ps that you mentioned. Like I think
people, places. Okay, yeah. What you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I never looked at it as in the term of framework. Thank you.
Yep. So, yeah. So we took what you were saying, and we came up with the perspective framework. The first step is pause, explore, reflect, share, plan, evaluate, choose, try it, improve it, and determine the value. Right? Now that's a bit long, but it's something, right? It's something that a person can walk through those 9 steps of decision making.
Okay.
Right? So we give you frameworks. We give you your signature talk from different perspectives. This is how you get booked. Right? There's only 3 speeches that have ever been given in history. How to be a better leader, how to improve a skill, how to make money. So we give you your talks from those 3 perspectives. We're going to show you, right? So let's go back up. So we did the perspective framework. It gave it again, but then it changed what you should do. So it kept perspective, but it just gave a different version of it, right? But here's the 3 talks. Unlocking your new perspective, thinking beyond your boundaries, and embracing change for success. You can give those 3 talks at any organization.
Yes.
Right?
I'm feeling all giddy up in here. Okay.
Is this making sense?
It's making absolute sense.
Right? So you mentioned you have products and services. We even give you the frameworks for that. So we can say, hey, here are the products that your audience would want. Right? So this is a really cool thing. And this is probably one you'll value more than any of them, is the value prop. Because you were like, well, I really don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like this. Cool. Hold my beer. We gonna show you.
Okay.
Right. So you can change speaker and coaches out, but you can say, I help people to see big choices in new ways so that they grow and connect more. By showing them fresh ideas, I help them to boost their careers and their presence or whatever they're working on, right? So we just try to give you, how do you say this value prop in one line?
Wow. This was so helpful.
Right? So this is what we do, right? We tell you, hey, you should create an ebook, or if you maybe make a video series or offer an online course or a membership site or something of that sort, right? Ange, can you put in the notes that we need to tune up some of the frameworks because they're still not doing what I want them to do? And I just need to verify if in the new release, the updates have been delayed or if they're already live, because they're not, this still isn't doing what I wanted to do. Thank you. But yeah, so that's what's here. These are our frameworks. We got some other cool ones we're going to be adding that Maria's working on, but this is, how do we get a speaker that may be a little rusty, get them polished
Right.
up quick, right?
Yes.
So here's one of the cool things, guys. If you already have some things that you've pitched and you've already followed up and you're already in conversation with the person, right? Let's say, for instance, I pitched, let me find an event, a conference here. Let's say I'm going to go speak at this women's empowering women's conference. Well, let me not send that because that would be bad. Let's go to this one, right? So in this conference here, look at what I can do. I got it booked, but I need my topics. We give you the topics that I should take to the table and at least explore that will work with that audience. Does that make sense? And if I don't like them, I can regenerate them. So let's say you're going to go talk at this women's conference. It's going to give me the topics that apply to you right now. Give it a couple seconds, and it's going to give me they disappeared. What? Where'd it go? Bug alert, bug alert. Maria, you see that they disappeared on me? Oh, it just came back. Okay, when it's generating, it disappears. It doesn't show the spinning thing when you generate in booked, Maria.
Okay, makes sense. We'll take a look at it.
Yeah, it disappeared away. You know how it normally
Yeah.
shows it working? It disappeared.
Okay, yeah.
But you can see now it gave me the topics that you should speak with at this conference. Seeing opportunities, not obstacles. Balancing career and life. Breaking the glass ceiling. Unlocking personal growth. Embracing change for success. That's based on what you talk about and what that conference is about. And then after you get it, go ahead and put in how many people you spoke to. How large is the conference? Is this helpful, guys? So, Trinisa, did this answer your question also on how Erica, Kevin, AJ, Lawrence?
Yes. It's just let me know I need to go in SpeakerHub. Thank you. You answered it in one word. Thanks.
Yep, you got to get in there.
Yes,
You know,
yes, yes.
You know, what did I say earlier? What's my favorite word? Pitch with the P, right? We can't say what Too Short say, but pitch is my favorite word. You know, so you got to pitch. That's the favorite word today. That's so funny. We should make that. We got to make a song around that. People gonna think we saying something else.
Remix it. Did y'all?
All right. Any other questions? Go ahead.
I'm not gonna go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, Edge is the training wheels at SpeakerHub. She makes sure I stay on the bike.
They own the training.
You got to have adults in the room.
I do have a question around the review process, and you explained it very well. How long does that process take?
So I'm not in charge of that, but it's Raymar looks at them every day and goes in, and you have to get your profile over 50%. So we don't want people just to put my name and a picture. No, tell us what you're doing, because it looks bad when there's no information on your profile. So it has to at least be at 50%.
Okay. All right.
Right? Make sense? Now, I want to go through the speaker profile today because I think a lot of you guys may not understand what's really happening on there. So is there, John, do you have a profile set up, or I think you're muted. I can't hear you.
And
Erica, you got anybody on here got their
yeah,
profile?
I have
set up?
mine. My profile is done.
Okay.
90%
All right.
completed.
Cool. I'm going to use you as an example. I know Jasmine got one too. So we'll look at both of you guys, right? So when you go in, SpeakerHub and SpeakerHub Pro are two different systems. SpeakerHub is the page, this page here, right? And this is your speaker page in the directory. It's a separate software from the others. But when you log in, there's a thing that says statistics at the top. Do y'all see that? So you can see how many people checking you out. Right. So I'm going to go over and I'm going to look up Jasmine and then we'll go to Erica's and I'll show you how you can see how many people looked at you in the last 30 days and everything. Right. So I think it's one of the least talked about things that Jasmine Dennis right here. Right. So here's Jasmine's speaker page. Jasmine, we got to get you some videos up here. All right. And we got to get, you got one or two of these? One?
Ron, I have videos are there. I have tons of videos.
1 second. Let me see. Jasmine Dennis. Why it ain't showing?
Huh?
Let me see. Hold on. Let me make sure. I got it. I know what the issue is. 1 second.
Huh?
One moment. Just got to update you. Second here. Add roles, gold, Jasmine's lifetime. So got to remove the free thing. That's why it's not showing. That's our bad. We had you rolling in SpeakerHub Pro. We never oh, you know, it uses HRPA and we don't work with HRPA, so we downgraded all their accounts. But
so what happened with that? What happened with that?
Oh no, we just severed our relationship because we're taking the company in a different direction than what HRPA was.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have all your stuff here. That's my bad.
Yeah.
I just had to get you updated to gold, right? So you can see Jasmine has her videos. She has all of her stuff on her page here, right? But right here in the corner, we can click on statistics and we can see 722 people have viewed Jasmine's profile.
Whoa.
Right? 86% of them never logged in. They just looked. She came up in a Google search. They checked her out. So maybe somebody who she had pitched for podcasts and all these things because we put it at the bottom. They visited and they said, who is this Jasmine lady? Maybe we want her. Right? Yeah. 14% of them were people that were logged in the SpeakerHub looking for speakers. So about 100 of those folks were logged in looking for speakers and Jasmine came up in the results and they clicked on her page. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You've come up popularly for Black History speakers, workplace burnout, health screen. Now we give you all this data. I know I don't talk about it a lot, mainly because I didn't know it was here, but now that I know it's here.
You gotta be transparent.
I didn't even know it was here. I was going through my thing. I was like, oh, I can see this. This is dope. Now I know. So I'm like, let me talk about this today. Right? But yeah, you can put your own courses. All of these things are already there, right? But so you can track your testimonials, share this with anybody, and they'll put your testimonial in. You can put your applications, all of your things are right here, right? But if I go back to, you can see the things you're applying. This is mine because I'm not in Jasmine's. But you can see who's been looking at Jasmine over the last few months.
How do I get to that again, Ron?
Huh?
How do I get to that again?
So when you log in, here, share your screen with me. Let's do it live.
Yeah, hold on.
No, this is super. And this works for the people that are free too. You don't even have to have a paid account for this. It works better if you're paid, but it's all of our lifetime people. So you go to regular SpeakerHub, just go to speakerhub.com. Look at Michael, number one. And log into your speaker page. And yep. All right. So let me make sure John Diggs, you may not have one. If you don't have one, we'll get you one.
Yeah, I've set one up before.
All right, let me just go through it. You may be using a different email address. One moment.
I might be using my John at John Diggs though.
I'll tell you in 2 seconds. Yeah, you use it, John at johndiggs.com. Right? And I don't know what the password is. You would have to know that. But does this make sense? So we can see this activity, right? So John,
There
click on my dashboard at the top. Right? And then go to statistics. 166 people have viewed you.
Got it.
Right? And click on last 90 days. You can see how many people have viewed you in the last 90 days. All of those have been in the last 90 days. You've come up for Diggs. Looks like they were searching for other people and you still came up. University of Arizona, Boone, Durga Rajesh. I don't know why they would click on you for that, unless that's Spanish for something. But yeah.
All right, cool, man. Thanks.
Make sense?
Yeah, that's dope.
So if you click on testimonials there, John, right? So that's the link you share if you want people to leave you testimonials. But that's going to be updated in the next month, so I wouldn't spend a lot of time on it. That shared folders, that's now Speaker QR. That's the old Speaker QR that we've had since 2017, where you can share your files and different things at the events. But we don't use that anymore. We use Speaker QR now. Make sense?
Ron,
Cool. Yep.
will you share the difference between SpeakerHub Pro and the speaker page? Suzanne, I want to make sure that you have this understanding. Thank you for asking about that.
Yep. So SpeakerHub Pro, again, let me go back to my thing here.
And why are there two different ones?
Yep, I'll explain all of that, right? So the way that the world works is that there's inbound. People need to be able to search you. Does that make sense? So the way that people search you, just like on LinkedIn, LinkedIn will put your profile out there. If I typed in Ron Story Jr. LinkedIn, right, it's going to show me right here on LinkedIn. It needs to be searchable by Google. Does that make sense, guys? We need you to be able to be found. So we have to make a bunch of information about you public. Right? Now, when you're doing outbound to our 4 million contacts, I ain't putting these out there public. You got to pay for this. You can advertise yourself out there, but I ain't putting on my conferences, my podcast emails, my association emails. I'm not putting our database on Google. That's private. So we got to put that behind a paywall. Does that make sense? So we got to protect that information in order for us to still be a business. Very similar to what LinkedIn does. Over on LinkedIn, you can have a free LinkedIn page, just like I got. Got a free LinkedIn profile. But then you can upgrade it to premium. See mine say premium? You can pay $20 a month and it'll give you extra stats that it don't give to everybody else. I can see that data, how many people viewed. That's all we did. We just copied LinkedIn. Does that make sense? Right? We can see how many people are watching my posts. But LinkedIn has a separate system that doesn't even look like LinkedIn that they charge $200 a month for, called Sales Navigator. You don't get to post your talks or your quotes of the day over here. None of that, because that ain't what it's built for. It's built for outbound. It's built for you to reach out to people and connect with them on a different level. And LinkedIn don't want everybody doing it. They'll limit you to 10 people a day. You send more than 10 messages, they're going to say, slow down, homie, upgrade. And when you upgrade for $200, they let you send as many as you want. I can get information about people that, look, they tell me what everybody, hey, yo, she posted about Mother's Day. I get all this detailed stuff. This person just posted about that. You want to say something to them? They looking for a new job. They give me all the tea, as they like to say. I get all the information for one person in one spot. Well, that's called SpeakerHub Pro. I can come over here. I can listen to all the podcasts. I can see if I'm a good fit. I'm not putting this stuff publicly, right? So this is where the private side of it works. So that's why it's two different systems. One is for publicly displayed data. The other one is for our private database, just like LinkedIn. So if it's confusing, it's LinkedIn's fault because we just copied. I'm gonna blame it on LinkedIn and Microsoft, right? We just copied them. Say, Ron, did that answer the question, Ange, sufficiently?
Yes, it's for
Okay. Say, Ron, what's up?
Yes, Ron, I know I have to put more information on the speaker page, which is on the SpeakerHub, not the SpeakerHub Pro. Can you just log into my account and see if it's just me not filling the information or if there is a glitch, I'm still gold?
Yeah, I can't log into your account, but I can see your account to see what's happening. 1 second.
Okay. Yes,
Right.
great. Thank you.
So here's the issue. It's very clear. So I'm gonna zoom in a bit so you can see it.
Yep.
So we have an internal rule that until you get over 50%, we won't approve it. You're at 40. You see that?
Okay, so it's just me adding more the conferences and the podcast, make it more information in order to pop up on the search and over 50% search.
Yeah, because it just looks bad when people have blank
True.
pages.
True,
right?
yeah. I was focusing more on the pro, but this is kind of LinkedIn also. So we have to take care of the SpeakerHub page also as a inbound searchable. Okay.
That is super duper duper important.
Okay. Thank you.
Ron, will you talk about how the speaker page ranks in Google?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna show y'all that. Let me make sure I ain't got no meeting coming up. My next meeting. Okay, we got time. All right, so let me show you something. Let me show you the magic of this. How many of you all have, let me log out and it's easier to see. How many of y'all have your own webpage? Right? So watch this. Let's go over here and we're gonna go to Google. And I'm gonna type in Jasmine Dennis. Now, you see that? Y'all see my page there?
No,
Y'all can't
your
see it?
screen isn't shared.
All right, let me go back so we can start over. We can do it straight off the frying pan. Y'all ready? So I'm gonna type in Jasmine Dennis. Boom. What's the first page that came up? First photo is from where?
SpeakerHub.
Right? No, there's a bunch of other Jasmine Dennises on here, but the real one, right there, the first one. There's her LinkedIn page. There's her Instagram and everything else, right? But how do event planners search for speakers? They put, when they see all these pictures, they say, well, give me the speaker one, right? So they put speaker behind it. And look what's right there at the top. Above her personal JD Health, it's just that we just have more traffic. So because we have more traffic, we have more SEO. We outrank any other page she may be on. Do you see that? When we put in SpeakerHub Jasmine comes up with all of her podcasts and all the things that she's booked since she's been with SpeakerHub. This is not by mistake. Does that make sense? When we click over here on videos, all of her YouTubes, there's the one she did with Ann McNeil, all of her, everything she's done, even the old ones, different ones. All of these things come up with Jasmine talking about what she does. Got it? So that's the purpose of the page. We're usually going to outrank your personal homepage just because we just get so much more traffic. Every month we have 250,000 unique people that visit our homepage. That's unique. Multiple visits. We're over 1 million multiple visits per month. It's like 1.5 million visits to our homepage per month from various people coming back and forth, but 250,000 unique people per month. The majority of them being people looking for speakers like you. Does this make sense? Was that helpful?
Very.
Now, I know what somebody else gonna say. I already know how y'all be thinking. Well, that just worked for Jasmine, because Jasmine be on here every week. And what do it work for everybody? Let me go on, fix that. Because I know how y'all be. What if I don't have a paid one? Cool. Who y'all want me to pick? Let's pick one. Let me see. You want me to pick Nadia? Nadia done selected herself by default. Nadia Ali. Right?
You forgot about me, Ron.
I'm gonna go to you. I got you. But look at this. So Nadia Ali, there's a singer named Nadia Ali. That may not be the same one that's on SpeakerHub. Right? So what's the event planner going to type in? Speaker. Right? So now on here, there's her gold Speakers Bureau page or whatever. That one may be a little bit older than ours, but there's her SpeakerHub. So it is that's the doctor. Okay, yeah. So this one is the singer, right? But here it is. This is the singer coming up. That's not the one that's on ours. This is the board certified physician that we want. Do y'all see that? So we want to make sure that we're ranking where she should be. We're still above LinkedIn. I'll take that every day. Right? So the idea that you don't want a free speaker page is crazy. You got to get a free speaker page. Does that make sense? We got to get you a page so you can pop up, just like Nadia Ali or anybody else. Right? So Erica Shoemate, you want to see where Erica is? Let's do Erica. Erica Shoemate, there's her page right there.
One of my pages.
Cool, but it's you. Right? There's Erica doing her thing. And there's her SpeakerHub page right there. So we're going to show up somewhere. We actually got multiple photos. We got her hacking into somebody's thing over there. But there's her other page right there. So the key is we want to show up. We want you to show up. When they put speaker behind and they search for you, we want people to see you. Erica's done a heck of a job with her page, driving people there. So that's why it outranks us right now. But that's okay. I'm okay with that. I want you to be found. Make sense? Any other questions? So you got the speaker page where you can promote yourself and have people to find you. Very important. If you have SpeakerHub Pro or Lifetime, that's included. So we'll upgrade you to Gold. That's a lifetime account also. Having a lifetime account with us allows you to also sell your products and services, right? We're in the final stages of the new speaker profile. So that's going to be launching soon, where you will be able to upload your own courses, books, and other services and sell those directly from your page. Oh, that's good advice. Most of her podcasts come from the third follow-up. Yep. Nobody says what you trying to say?
You in the chat. You came to the
Yeah,
chat.
I mean, anybody else talking, so I figured I'd look in the
Well,
chat.
there's commentary on things you say. So when you was like, oh, how did y'all find her page? It's probably because she's on here every day. That's why Jasmine's came up. And
Oh
then
yeah. Well, look,
nobody says that.
Let me tell you, I got haters. I'm just being real. I get all types of emails on the backside. That ain't gonna work for me. It worked for her, but it don't work for me. You just showing me your best people. You ain't gotta do that. We just happen to have more people than everybody else. We just got 64,000 speakers to work with. Everybody else proud of their 10,000. I'm proud of them too. Just being real. Right?
Ron, for those who weren't here last week and are new, will you talk a little bit about SpeakerHub Live?
Yep. So starting this summer, we are doing SpeakerHub Live. We will be coming to a city near you twice a month. We will be going on tour, doing live events where our speakers will be able to come and, meet us in person, get some help in person. It's basically a hackathon. Hackathons were, when I was getting started in software, you would go for a weekend, you try to build something, right? You try to solve a problem, build a MVP in a weekend. Well, we're going to take that same attitude and do it in one night. So you're going to come in, we're going to talk for a few hours, and then we're just going to pitch, and we're going to try to get you booked that day, right? Because a lot of times it's not that you don't know what to do, it's just you don't do it. So we're just going to say, hey, let's just see who can pitch the most, right? So we'll give away some prizes, some awards for the most pitches, the most responses within a certain time period, right? But we'll be doing that. We'll be going to different cities across the U.S. Where you'll be able to come in live, spend 3 to 4 hours with us, grab dinner or whatever, and then get some work done. So that's what we're working on. It's called SpeakerHub Live. Also, we have the Pro Speaker Summit. The new website is looking dope. I was looking at it earlier today. We got some cool speakers. We added a new speaker yesterday. We got a NFL champion that's going to be talking about how they won the Super Bowl, which is pretty dope. Yeah, my team don't even know about that, but I got that book last night.
Got you together. I'm like, what?
Yeah, no, we got
I'll talk
another
to you
one.
afterwards so I can update the schedule.
Another one. Right?
And another one.
See you later, Jasmine.
Bye,
Well, we
Jasmine.
got
Ron
a
is going rogue, Angie, and not keeping you in the loop. Look,
That's
going
it.
completely
We got a Super Bowl
rogue.
champ.
Put his training wheels back on.
Look,
No, man, we got great speakers, but we needed like a holy crap speaker. So I had to dig in
No,
my
I'm
holy
with you.
crap bag,
Yeah.
right? So, but it's a holy crap speaker. Last year we had Les Brown and Kim Coles. Those are our they own SpeakerHub. We needed one of them. We have one of them.
I'm with you on that. Is it Super Bowl from this? Look at me. Let me see something.
Right.
What'd you say?
I
Huh?
know exactly
Is
where
it
you
Super
got it,
Bowl champ
Erica.
from this year?
I'm
Let
I
me
know
see
one
some.
football player.
not saying nothing. My lips are sealed. Right? My lips are sealed.
I gotta do some recon. I gotta use some of my old skills too.
Hey man, my lips are sealed.
It's
We ain't
June
even gonna talk about it. Right?
I'm gonna put us back on. June
That's
6th.
all I'm saying. My lips are sealed. I
And
ain't
when is
saying
the
nothing.
summit again? Sorry.
Huh?
When is the Speaker Pro Summit?
June 6th through the 8th.
Yeah, yep.
Okay. And is in person, virtual?
Great question. Hybrid. No, it's not hybrid. It is virtual, but some of the sessions are live.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. But there'll be emails sent out, and we'll show you on the call once registration is officially open. So I'll make sure you're there.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
All right. So is this making sense, guys? We're going down the right path. This is gonna be bananas. Bananas. Right? Bananas. So we got some winners coming on here, man. We got you. We got you. Any other questions?
No, just thank you.
Cool. Yeah. So if you want lifetime access to SpeakerHub, like most people here, I'm going to put the link in the chat. It allows you to pay one time and have access to SpeakerHub for life. And we'll finance it. So even if you're like, oh, I can't pay that right now, we made it so inexpensive that one speaking gig pays for it. And then we give you a guarantee that if you use it for a year and you don't get that speaking gig after you've used it, then we'll just give you your money back. So it's a no lose. It's like, how could you lose? We'll finance it for you, use it for a year. If you don't get the speaking gig, I'll just send you your money back. Suzanne, is that a good deal? That's a good deal.
Yes, it sounds like a good deal.
Yep. See that? I knew she was gonna say that.
Well, you know, I'm sitting here trying to multitask. I don't think I did something right last night because I'm gonna go back through later on and
We
make
got
sure.
you. Hold on. Let me make sure you're on the right stuff.
I'm probably not.
You know, I got time today. Right? Ain't that what they say? I got time today. And people be saying that. That's what now I know people say that. Y'all can't tell me people don't say that. I'm from East St. Louis. They say that in East St. Louis. Well, I got time today. And it usually go with the head. Your head got to do that when you say it. Right? Erica done said it to somebody. I know.
And look, because I'm originally from Memphis, so East St. Louis, Memphis, the same.
There it is. Suzanne, I just put a link in the chat. And Tranisa, I'm gonna send you yours too. Right. So what that is, it's actually a link to our welcome email.
Okay.
You sending it to me now? Oh, thank you.
No, we sent it to you a long time ago.
Oh, okay. I gotta look. Thank you.
Oh, actually, yours.
Yeah, I
we
saw
showed
mine.
it to you.
I started it. I just didn't finish.
Yep.
Right?
Let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna give you the link. I'm gonna send it to you privately.
Okay.
Right. There it is. I just sent it to you.
I got it. Thank you.
Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, but that allows you, that webinar walks you through what we do and how you can get 66% off SpeakerHub, right?
Okay. So is that where
66%
the
off.
welcome video was? You're sitting there, it was like an 18-minute video.
Yep. So that is here. Let me just walk through this here so people can see it, because people always ask me about this anyway.
I didn't finish watching it. I did see that.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. Don't even worry about it. Right. What I showed you today was in that 18-minute video. Does that make sense? So this allows you to get access to SpeakerHub Pro. You can see all of our beautiful, this is 10 out of about 160 people that have lifetime accounts with us. And they either pay $104 a month, $173 or $277 a month. But it's financed, so you don't have to pay it all up front. We'll let you pay it monthly. And it gives you access to our merging plan. If you go inside of SpeakerHub and you, let me go into SpeakerHub Pro here. If you go inside of SpeakerHub Pro, you'll see that these are 50% off, actually 60% off in some cases. So this plan here, that's $297. You see that? That $297 plan is, where's the daggone page? What did I do with it? Okay, that $297 plan is the same one for $104. Got it? The one that shows up as $497, that's this one that's $277. So it gives you up to 50% off of the plans. Yeah, and then we got one in the middle for the person that's like, $277 is too much. $100, I want the conferences. So you can go right in the middle and get half of this, which is the same stuff. Make sense? Any other questions? I don't know what people saying in the chat. I see Ange laughing.
No, you just made the voice. You just make voices like, oh my
Oh,
God.
I don't know what I'm.
Yeah.
That's how people do it. That's how it be sounding. Evelyn, is it Evelyn or Evelyn? You've been on, but you weren't on camera, so I didn't know if you were a real person or someone's.
I am Evelyn Lynch.
Okay, Evelyn Lynch. I know you,
Yes.
but
Yes, you do.
Your name is spelled wrong on your iPhone.
What?
You see it say Evican.
Maybe that's somebody else.
No, it's you. In your iPhone, you got the iPhone 96, according to Zoom.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll have to make those changes. Yeah, so
they say iPhone 96 Evican.
Yeah, so
I don't know who that is.
Okay, I'll make the changes. Yeah, so I am just getting back into it, and before I detached, let me put it that way, we were talking about SpeakerHub, and I think you had just purchased SpeakerHub, and so I have no idea. I've been going to trying to get on what did I tell you, Angela? What was I trying to go to school?
TV on school.
Pitch
School
TV, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and I was
Go ahead.
that wasn't working. So I mean, I was getting the training. I started the training in there, but it seems like you guys are like far removed from that.
Yeah, we're moving. We moved everything over to SpeakerHub. So, yeah, we went from about 3,000 users in PitchDB to 64,000 users at SpeakerHub.
Oh,
So
wow.
we got big real quick.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
So, but we're still growing. We got a lot more growing to do. Don't limit us. Don't
Oh
limit us.
no, I know not to limit Ron's story. I know that.
Yeah, don't limit us. We about to when we got this thing, we was at 52,000 last year. So we've grown it
Wow.
to 64,000 just in the last 11 months. The anniversary of me owning this thing comes up on May the 31st. We officially say June the 1st, but I actually signed the papers May 31st of last year. And we announced it to the world June the 1st when the money landed. Once that
Wow.
money landed in his account, it was mine.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
so, but no, we're glad to have you here, Evelyn. We got to get you set up over on SpeakerHub. Let's set up, Ange, can you put my calendar, send it to Evelyn, and let's get on the time and we'll make sure you're set up properly in SpeakerHub and PitchDB.
Oh, great.
I got to hop off, guys, because I got something special we're going to be sending to you all tomorrow.
Okay.
And it's going to be an opportunity. How many of y'all want to do corporate consulting?
Yay, me.
Okay.
So we have we did a partnership with a company that does corporate consulting training. Because I don't own it, I can't give it away to our lifetime people, but I will be able to add something to kind of sweeten the pie for those that are on lifetime. But it's a big deal. So you'll be getting an email tomorrow from us about this corporate consulting training that you all will be able to be a part of. And it's incredible. I've worked on this for a while. I just don't own the company, so I can't make the rules, but I can share the opportunity. Any other questions for me before we go? Suzanne, hopefully you feel welcome
No.
and you come back.
I did. Thank you. I
Tranisa,
appreciate it.
Tranisa, hopefully you feel
Yes.
welcome and you come back.
Yes.
Y'all welcome to the cookout.
I am. I'm doing it. Yes, you can. Thank you.
Yep.
And then if someone can just make sure I'm in the email loop, I haven't received any emails at all.
Okay. Yep. I'll check it out. We should have merged those two together when we combine the teams. So a lot of the emails will come from me. It'll say Ron from SpeakerHub.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll make sure that those emails are merged so that you get everything that you're entitled to, Evelyn. We appreciate you. Evelyn's been with us for a long time. She ain't new. She true to this. You gotta fill out the loop a little bit. So
yes, but I'm back.
We got you. We're here for you.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thank
See
you.
you tomorrow. Thank you.
Oh, wait a minute,
Bye-bye.
Tranisa, you're a lifetime member. Wait a minute.
No, I said I am now.
Okay, I'm about to say, I'm like, I'm like, that's it. Come on. We welcome. We got you.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. I'm saying I am now.
All right, well, we got you. Well, come on in.
Thank
You stuck for
you.
life.
Okay.
Thank you.
See y'all later.
I
Bye-bye.
am. Thank you.